what I'm celebrating today. But maybe I might celebrate tomorrow. Who really knows? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Grandma.
For Vault-Tec, we see
Happy birthday to me.
Please, let me see and scan as many indigenous life forms as possible. It is, of course, science.
Happy birthday to DJ Grandma. Happy birthday to
Hey.
Checkpoint. Occupation complete. Initializing patrols.
Hey there.
Location under Institute control.
Someone is reporting. There are enemies there.
Doesn't matter who they play. Who else was gonna beat them in the East? Nobody. I thought maybe the Bucks, but the Bucks wasn't that good. So. That's the way they cookie combos, I guess. Damn, no. I'm gonna have to go try to get some simple names. Let's go over here. I'm starting to think I need that girl with the shotgun. She usually knows what to do. Yeah. I'm still mad we didn't get Damian Lillard. He probably would be in fine. The Bucks. I don't know why the Bucks wasted people's time. Whatever happened to Giannis being the best player in the world? Shit, that shit's over. This nigga, man.
I just want to trade a few things. Sure thing.
Your eyes gonna put on some clothes today, bro. P. Diddy shit, man. Freak off. Yeah, freaking Kyrie Irving. You know, everybody's screaming, Luka, Luka, Luka. Y'all see what Kyrie Irving's doing on the court right here, man? He did make that last shot, though. I still can't see 2 point guards winning the finals. If it happens, I'll be shocked. You know what's the worst part about this? The fact that LeBron and AD couldn't beat these teams. Y'all couldn't beat these teams? Denver? That's the real crazy part about all this. How the hell y'all can't beat Denver? Can anyone explain how the Lakers cannot beat the Denver Nuggets? How is that possible? Nah, low-key, fam. Kyrie had to. Each time these team, I'm like, bro, there's no way this team is 14 cups. This nigga starts shooting Steph Curry. This nigga starts shooting Steph Curry threes. This nigga is not even close to the 3-point line. Launching. Swish. Swish. Do this 4 times in a row. Wait, what am I doing again? Whatever happened to that girl? How come they on fire?
This week, the NBA released, Rob, its all NBA teams. And Jalen Brunson was on the second team. Now, obviously, he had a great year this season for the Knicks. A lot of people talking about he should have, that he did emerge and become a superstar. You and I both disagreed with that. He's a star, certainly. We said not a superstar. Here's the first team All-NBA, Rob, and then I'll read the second. First team, guards. Now, it's positionless, but it did work out to basically 2 guards and 3 front court players. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Luka Doncic, the guards. And then Jason Tatum, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo round out the first team. Second team, Jalen Brunson and Anthony Edwards. Then Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Davis on the second team. Just to round it out. We'll give you the third team. Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, and Domantas Sabonis. Rob, first of all, do you have any problem? Now, remember, Jalen Brunson did finish in the top 5 MVP voting. Jason Tatum was not in the top 5. But do you have any problem with Jalen Brunson not being first team?
Damn,
No.
When you think about it,
I don't. Not with the people who were selected. I don't. And obviously, people
The
will look
league
at
is
his
about to get
postseason
run
run,
by
Chris, and
kids.
say, "Oh yeah, he took another step," and that could all be true. But when you're looking at first team,
And the votes are in before that, too.
before the
Before the
postseason
playoffs.
starts, so that's a big factor. If obviously, whatever you see last, Chris, would change your opinion of somebody,
Right.
right? If they were playing well, so that's why it doesn't factor in.
I
And
think,
just
Rob,
don't,
to
I
your
don't know
point,
who.
Stephen A., to your point, he said today on First Take, he has an official vote like I do. He said he voted for Brunson second team, but now looking at it, he thinks he should have been first. I assume it's because of what you said. Like
Yeah, about what the last you saw of him,
Right.
right? But he's not first. Who are you knocking off first team, Chris? Nobody.
I'm totally with you.
Who? Like I would say now. I don't know what on First Take. If anybody would have said, well, who you removing from there for him?
Well, they did because
Okay.
Kendrick Perkins and all these guys are friends of the show and our friends personally. But Kendrick Perkins, Rob, said that Jalen Brunson was the best player in the Eastern Conference this year, which and he didn't get a lot of pushback, or if any. Jay Williams pushed back a little bit. He didn't think he thought second team was where he should have been.
Right.
But Rob, I'm sorry, he wasn't better than Giannis. Giannis averaged these are Giannis's numbers, Rob. 30 points a game.
You could just
on
stop there. Can you stop-
61% shooting.
You can stop right there, right?
I mean, Jalen,
right.
in fairness, Jalen was like 28.7, so he's basically a point and a half behind you, 30.4, 28.7. But Giannis, Rob, also gave you 11 and a half rebounds and 6.5 assists. He darn near equaled Jalen Brunson in assists. Jalen Brunson, 6.7 assists, and obviously not as many rebounds, only 3. What are we doing? How are we saying he's better than Giannis this year? He wasn't. And I don't even think he was better than Jason Tatum. Now, some people say he had more help than Jason Tatum, but I think Jason Tatum could have put up those numbers if he's the show. Right? And so I'm with you. I agree. In fact, my ballot, I think, is exactly like the first two teams. Those first two teams were exactly what
was that your ballot?
I mean, that was, yeah. Now, third team, I didn't have Halliburton on it. I had Donovan Mitchell instead of him, but I think the rest was the same. But I'm with you. Look, second team for Jalen Brunson is phenomenal. And I just think it's prisoner of the moment, Rob, to say he should have been first
I just
team.
can't see. I don't see who you're taking off of first team.
Tatum helped this team win 64 games.
They won 64 games, Chris. That's supposed to be nothing.
Right, and he's a better defender than Brunson. So
Yeah,
what are we talking about? Better rebounder, all that. So here's the second part of my question for you, Rob, and this is a big one. So Jalen Brunson, who we know is underpaid, right? He is on a 4-year, $107 million deal. He's got 2 years.
He was overpaid by the Maverick standards. He was
Right,
overpaid.
right.
They didn't
They
even wanna
wouldn't give him 5 years, 55, right?
Right.
Can you imagine they could have had him for that?
Okay.
Let's trade some
But
things.
he's got 2 years, $50 million left on his deal. And the last year is a player option. So he's really got 1 year left where he's locked in. He can sign, Rob, this summer with the Knicks a 4-year, $156 million contract extension. Or
Celtics
he
ain't
can
winning
wait
by a lot of
until
points.
next summer,
They're
next
barely
offseason,
winning.
and sign a 5-year, $270 million extension.
So what's the difference in the
So-
2 years? What is it? I don't have my math
The
happening.
first year, this year he can sign for 4 years, 156.
So it's over.
Next year is $120 or $114 million
More.
difference.
Yeah.
It's 1 extra year. So let's say he play, just hypothetically speaking, he signed a 4-year deal now, and then he plays a 5th year. You know, he gets another contract after that. I mean, it's probably by that time, Rob, it might be starting at 70 million. I mean, just real talk. You know, if he's a max guy, so he still would get, what would that be? About 220 million. You're still talking about $30 million. And I'm just throwing that out there. Who knows? He might not get another max. But it's right now, it's like an extra year and 100 and $14 million difference.
Well, I mean, this is what you need to do.
Hi.
I'm sure
I would wait, Chris, but I understand you
I've got
want
a
to
few
strike
minutes
when the
to browse.
iron's hot. What if you don't have the same kind of year? Julius Randle comes back. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's
You
not
go down
exact-
to 23 and 6.
Right.
and
Yeah, it might not be the same
good,
exact
but,
thing.
yeah.
But 114 is a lot. If it was 50, maybe we could talk about it. I gotta wait for the one.
And he's already been underpaid.
Do you? Am I right? Well, when you wait, I just gotta wait. I gotta
Well-
believe that people in New York, we've moved the needle. People love me in New York. They want me to be a part of this thing, and people will be mad at the fan base if they don't take care of me. Like that's what I'm hoping.
Nah, I feel you. I'm going to throw out a few things, though. One, there's always, of course, injury. Now, in his 6-year career, Rob, he's played 70 or more games 3 times. So he hasn't been injury prone, but, you know, he's had some nicks here and there. And we all remember Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas had a year, not the legend Isaiah Thomas, but the one that played in Boston. Robbie had a year very similar, and some people might even argue better even than Jalen Brunson. Not the playoff run, but Rob, he was top 5 MVP voting, just like Isaiah Thomas.
Come to the right.
I'm sorry, just like Jalen Brunson.
Sure.
He
Take a look.
led the Celtics to the Eastern Conference Finals, right? And Rob, it was a phenomenal year. I think he averaged 28 points that year. Rob, he got hurt. Do you know? Now, he was in line for a max or near max extension, right? Do you know that over the remainder of his career, which was 6 or 7 years, guess how much money he made total, Rob? Total. Now, he was going to get over $100 million contract, and that might be putting it gently. So he's going to get over $100 million contract, but because he got hurt, and over the last 6 or 7 years of his career, give me what you think he made in total.
I say he made $3 million.
Wow, you trumped me. I mean, that I'm shocked you went that low. No, he made $11 million.
Okay,
But
I just
still,
I know. I was going way down because I know he lost a lot and trying to
Yeah.
get back, Chris.
I mean,
and
11 don't sound bad compared to 3. But
3, no, but I
but
know.
you know what I'm saying?
But
he
I
was
know
gonna
it
get
was
about
rough.
100-something million.
Right, to go down to 11, and then remember 11,
Over
Chris.
your career, not
right,
you know
and,
the
and
remainder.
11, and 11 is 5.5 after Uncle Sam. You know what I mean?
Right, great, exactly.
That's 5.5.
Exactly. So he made like $6 million the year after he got hurt, and then from there on, Rob, it was like $2 million or 1 point something for the rest of his career. And so remember Andrew Bynum, Rob, in Philly? They wanted to give him like an $80 million extension. He waited, got hurt, never played again, and never got that money.
That's always the thing, Chris, and that is the danger in not striking while you're hot, not trying to take advantage of. You know what I mean? Like you just don't know what's going to happen, and a lot of things can happen.
I'll throw one more.
Dak
thing
got
out
lucky.
to you.
Remember that Dak got hurt going out there
Yep.
without a contract, and he got lucky.
I'll throw one more thing at you. You play for Tibbs. Now, in fairness to Tibbs, since in the 2 years Brunson's been there, he's only played 35 minutes a game in the regular season, but that's gone up to 40, Rob, in the playoffs. And we know, fair or not, Tibbs' reputation is that he runs guys into the ground. So that is all. Those are all the things I think you have to weigh, Rob, if you're Jalen Brunson. Okay. All of that said, if I were Jalen Brunson, I'm with you. I will wait. That is so much more money. And look, yes, he's set for life regardless.
But still, that's
With
a
the
lot.
150s, that's a ton. And it's a good chance he doesn't get another max deal, Rob. I mean, he's a small player.
So many things could
he's
happen,
already
right.
27. You know, like, is he going to be the same player or better, 5-6 years from now? So I would wait until next season, bet on myself, and go get the 5-year, $270 million extension. So it's a tough decision for him. All right, Rob, we're going to go. Let's talk a little baseball. I know you're excited about this. When I saw this story, I was like, let me throw my
Just
man a
as you
bone.
gave life
We
to
know how
me,
much you love
you gave
baseball.
life to many of
We don't
us.
talk as much
Nice
baseball
work
as
bringing
you
that
probably
rose
would
in.
like. And I
Yeah, we
think,
talk more baseball though than any other.
we talk more than
national show.
most
We
national
do. So
shows, but we still don't talk
Let's see what you
a
got.
lot. But this story, Rob, it was an interesting story in ESPN. I don't know if you saw it. It came out a few days ago. The title is Shohei Ohtani too good of a hitter to pitch like Babe Ruth? Question mark. And there's an interesting quote, Rob. We know that Babe Ruth, when he was pitching full time, he was not hitting the 40, 50, and 60 home runs in a season. And there was one season, Rob, where he really, pitched. His last year pitching full time was also his best year as a hitter while pitching. But it was 1919. He had 29 home runs, led the league, and 113 RBI, which also led the league, hit 322. And then after that, they were basically done with him pitching. He threw a few more games over the next couple of years, but basically transitioned to being a full-time hitter. And here was a quote, Rob, that Babe Ruth said kind of about why he made that transition. Here's what he said. I don't think a man can pitch in his regular turn and play every other game at some other position and keep that pace year after year. He said, I can do it this season all right and not feel it, for I'm young and strong and don't mind the work. But I wouldn't guarantee to do it for many seasons. And his last year, when he did that, Rob, he was 24. Okay, now Shohei Ohtani, obviously this year, Rob, is not pitching.
right.
And he's 29 years old. And he's hitting a career high, Rob, 348. And he's leading the league in slugging, OPS plus, total bases. Although while his batting average is up, he hit 304 last year, his slugging, OP and OPS are down, but slightly. But, he led the league last year. He's leading it this year. But they're down a little bit. So I want to throw it out to you, Rob. He's hitting 348, league high. He's going to be up there in home runs. He got 13 right now. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think, maybe they should transition him to strictly a batter, and field player?
It's all fair. And for true disclosure, we need to say that quote that you read from Babe Ruth,
Yep.
that came from sound that Steve DeSager got at a game. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. Steve, is he listening?
Steve, when Rob is calling you old, you're old. Although,
Okay.
is Steve even older than you?
I know he might be younger.
He's
than
probably
me, to be
younger than
honest,
both
right.
of us, maybe.
Yes. But anyway, no, this is all logical, Chris, because when he pitches, that means there's 2 days, really, right, where he's not hitting. That's 2 days.
What have they done? So obviously not hitting when he pitches. Do they sit him the next game or the game before?
I think it's the game. I think it's the game
Probably.
before
Yeah, I would think probably the game before.
to get ready. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you're missing a unbelievable bat for 2 days. So is that really what you want to do and make him where he's only getting up 5 times? It's a real argument. It really is. I say this, Chris. I think it's simple. You allow him to do both as long as he can, where he's at that level on both ends. As soon as the pitching and he's just a starter, not an elite
Which will happen
starter.
at some point.
Do you know what I mean? Because, Chris, how do you win championships in Major League Baseball? Pitching.
Pitch, right.
So if he's an elite pitcher, you can't give that up. You really, and I get the hitting part. The Dodgers are loaded their lineup.
Right.
Loaded.
Yeah, I agree.
Does that make sense?
I totally agree. Like, as long as, because he is a better pitcher than Babe Ruth was.
Right.
You know, Babe was like a solid, solid pitcher. But Ohtani is an elite pitcher. He's not the best in the league.
He's not the
but
best.
he
He's not
is
a
an
Garrett
elite
Cole
level.
or anything like
Right.
that. He's not.
But he's
Cy
an
Young
elite
Award
level
winner.
pitcher, right? He's an elite level, like an all-star caliber pitcher.
Right.
And like you said, that's what you need to win championships. Rob, I would argue, especially on the Dodgers. And I don't mean for his whole career, because we obviously, anytime you have a fantastic hitter, you want them to see him to hit, right?
Right.
But like, say for next season, as stacked as the Dodgers are, if I was forced to choose one or the other, you can make an argument you choose pitching. Like that he should pitch. Now, he probably wouldn't want to do that.
No.
But
right.
I'm just saying that lineup is so stacked, as you said, that they could afford to miss his back. But they need pitching. And if he's going to do that at an elite level, I would say if I had to choose one, thankfully you don't, but I would pitch him next year if I had to only choose one. But overall, I'm with you in that you let him do both. You would think he'll eventually,
And you said it,
slump
Chris.
and-
He's 29. Okay, like you can't keep it up. And at some point, you'll look at it, and maybe the pitching will fall off. If he becomes like, and maybe, how about this, Chris? Just as a slip this in as far as a little twist to the whole storyline you have. What if you make him a closer? You know what I mean? Like, so that you could still utilize his arm.
Yep.
Not all the time. Like, I just need you to get 3 outs in the 9th inning. That's all I need
How
to
hard
do.
does he throw?
He throws pretty hard. I mean, he's not
Is he
blowing
a
everybody. Yeah, he's a hard throw. He strikes. He's a strikeout pitcher.
Because my only concern with that, I like what you're saying, but my only concern would be sometimes there are some closers, Rob, they come in and it's just heat, right? That's they're just throwing heat. And I wonder what type of impact that might have on him. Maybe it would be fine. But you know what I mean? If he's just basically throwing it as hard as he can every time up there.
Yeah. And
Could that affect his hitting? Or, I mean, I don't know if that hurts you more than pitching 6 innings.
And the other thing, too, is that you're not winning all the time for the closer to pitch every night. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
Nice work solving that problem.
I got the report from Diamond City.
Good.
I'll take that from you.
I got the report from Diamond City.
Good. I'll take that from you. I'll let you know when I need you to pick up the next report. That's all for now.
Aren't you going to offer me something in exchange for my help?
I thought Father brought you here to help us, not to play the mercenary. I suppose I was wrong. If I have to purchase your loyalty, so be it. It's not like I have much of a choice. Here, take these. They'll probably be more useful to you than they are to me. Anyway, like I said, I'll let you know when the next report's ready to be picked up.
So it wasn't Dr. Binet helping the synths after all. Dr. Ao had me convinced. Guess we all underestimated Lean Binet. I admit it, he got the better of us. I congratulate you on becoming the new director, but under the circumstances, I think I can wait. You spent all that time searching for your son only to lose him. I can't imagine how you must feel.
Hey there.
I congratulate you on becoming the new director, but under the circumstances, I think I
Subject identified. This feels like the dawn of a new era.
Security's too tight. Hacking this is beyond me. Security's too good.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Higgs and Morgan are lucky to be alive. Not everyone.
Hey.
Yeah.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Area patrol in progress.
Checkpoint secure. Operating at full capacity.
Situation analysis finalized. No hostiles detected.
Checkpoint occupation complete. Initializing controls.
I should bring my. There's so much.
Doc Weathers is guaranteed to patch up any bruises, holes, and diseases you've picked up. But I ain't got no fix for personality.
Actually, I need some supplies for the road.
I got loads of Stimpaks, chems, you name it.
Terminal should open this. No way I'm cracking this.
Now I understand. You are hiding because you fear death.
You don't need to hide. I'll be over soon.
Thought I heard something.
Over here!
Hostile, you must be terminated.
You can't be that desperate.
Yeah,
Hey, Carla.
you again. Here to trade?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
I got a little bit of everything.
What? Act is on. What the fuck?
Stream on TikTok yet, so it's still out in the wind. And I've told you guys about X or Twitter. We only stream there on big occasions. You guys see the name of the stream? You know, maybe a little bit clickbaitish, right? Is it over for Drake? But that could mean a lot of things. You know, obviously, we don't think he's going to be going to Meek Mill status. I heard Meek Mill is charging $5,000 for a shout out in the story right now. I don't think Drake will get to there. But is his reign at the top that was basically on challenge for, I gotta say, now it's 2024. Yeah, it's been on challenge since pretty much 2015, about 9-10 years ever since the whole Meek Mill thing happened. I think people were like, yo, we could never fuck with this nigga and get him out of his spot. Even when Pusha T went at him back in 2018, it was probably even then acknowledged that you're not going to get Drake out of his spot, but maybe you could damage his reputation, his legacy, his credibility. This recent issue with Kendrick Lamar has people actually even wonder, which I never thought this would be part of the discussion. People are saying, has Drake or has this battle had a negative effect on Drake, where now people are looking at Drake, whether his current releases, his status in the culture, what he means to the culture, his music he's putting out very differently, which, if those things are true, might signal the fall off, right?
Some sort of medical problem here, or are we just yanking my chain?
Jesus Christ, can't tell how long it's been, but yeah, so we're gonna get into that a little bit. You know, it was also spurred in terms of the title by me doing some numbers digging last night. You know, I was thinking about, you know, this was my man Carl Cherry over Spotify. He was sending me a bunch of like numbers, you know, throughout the battle and everything. And I remember saying to him, I said, this doesn't make sense. If everybody's telling me that Drake is so much popular outside of this beef, why in this beef, in this battle, Drake is getting cremated when it comes to numbers? And is this just only because, and I remember Carl told me, Carl was like, yo, Ack, this is only in a bubble. You got to realize the reason why, this is what Carl said. And Carl, you know, apologies if you didn't want me to share this, but, you know, because he said it on a private conversation where we were just kind of arguing back and forth. He was like, yo, I think what's going on, this is what he said. He says, I think the reason why Kendrick numbers is so crazy is because all of Drake's fans are going to Kendrick's fans. So they are going to Kendrick's like releases because they want to see the back and forth. That's kind of intuitively what happens in a battle. To be engaged, even if you like one person, you got to go check out the other side because you got to know what your favorite artist is going to respond. And I remember saying, I guess I understand, but wouldn't it be reciprocal? Wouldn't Kendrick fans then also go to check out Drake? But then there was almost like this understanding that if you're a Kendrick fan, which I'm wondering what you guys think about this. By the way, welcome to the stream. You guys just doing that. We're getting hot and heavy first.
When Father told us
I know I streamed the last 2 days, so if you're here, I don't know if you're at work, wherever you are, please lock in, order some food, whether you're about to leave work, you're about to drive home, I'll be here. I'll definitely be on.
A lot of us thought that was more than just
We're going to be on for at least the next 5-6 hours easily.
How would you,
I might
an
take
outsider
the
who knew nothing about
see how the
this,
lives is, right?
run the
Cool.
institute? We all had our doubts.
Here's the thing. So, again,
But now,
I'm talking about
after watching the
why
way
the
you
hell
operate,
it feels the
well,
numbers have flipped.
I have to
Like,
admit, I was wrong. It's clear to me now that Father knew what he was
use it
doing.
real quick. And by the way, this is
I
a
should've
preview of all the topics. I don't want to get into either topic yet, but I kind of want to tease. That's what I like to do. Like start the stream, tease the topics in the stream title, and then we kind of just jump into the topic. Anyway, but this is interesting.
It's true.
Kendrick,
He dedicated
how
his
many
whole life
songs
to it. I know that you
Kendrick
didn't have
Lamar
much time with him,
have on Spotify?
but I can tell you honestly, sir,
I
Father
think
was a
might
great
have to
man.
use this side.
I believe in his plan for the future. I'll do anything in my
This
power
was
to make
interesting,
sure
right?
that future becomes a reality.
So Kendrick Lamar
Do I
has
like wading through the
115
filth
songs
that
as
is the
lead.
Commonwealth and all of its
Lead
vermin?
artist, right?
Of course not.
Solo
But if that's
74.
what the Institute
Lead
needs
means
me to do,
if it's not solo, there was features on it, but it's his song. And as a feature, he has 114. So he has one less song as a feature than he has as his own. Okay, which means he's pretty much
glad to hear
50-50
that, sir.
on whether it's his
Anyway,
song or a feature. Regardless,
I've said
he has
what I wanted to say.
229 songs
Thanks for listening.
on Spotify. Now, the reason why a lot of this was like kind of shocking to me. Here's the thing: if you go to Drake, let's go to artists. Right? Drake has 482 songs, right? So we're gonna go to Kendrick Lamar, 229. Drake has almost let's see, about 2.5 the amount of songs that Kendrick has. It was a little bit it was a little bit surprising when I see some outlets which I haven't verified. Like, yo, Kendrick's 3 songs is outstreaming Drake's whole catalog. Like, what's going on? Anyway, I'm putting this in a context of us having a good conversation. Also, if you guys are around and you want to go chime in, you want to get on Discord, today is a good Discord day. If you care about debating with me, you could hop on Discord. I'm gonna try to get some new faces and some new voices in there. If you want to debate with me about whether this or any other topic, I highly encourage you to get on the Discord. Okay. Regardless, this is a major topic we're gonna be diving into. I'll give my opinion, but of course I want to hear you guys as well. Has this battle, and again, we don't know if necessarily it's over, even though Kendrick and his team, they're taking it as it's over, and pretty much Drake said, I'm about to be on some summer vibes. But I don't think this back and forth is over by a long shot. I'm telling you that because I know that. It's not over by a long shot. Drake ain't never gonna mention Kendrick's name or never throw some more shots. And by the way, some of the songs that I heard that Kendrick having a tough, I'm not sure he won't release at some point later, maybe even on a project, because things has been, the beef kind of like stopped abruptly. I think Kendrick expected it to continue, even after Not Like Us, which was a hit record. But I think on Drake's side, shooting happens. Kendrick's side, he finds a hit. Everybody's like, we don't need to keep releasing records week after week or 10 minutes after you release. So it's an interesting time for what's going on in the back. Let's actually end it. I think we all have acknowledged that Drake had nothing to gain from this back and forth with Kendrick Lamar, other than trying to defend his legacy. Also, it's kind of one of those things where, Drake has a lot of fans who are hip hop fans. I kind of fall on the side of that. Like, I love when Drake is in his bag rapping. You know what I mean? I think he's, me personally, I think he's the best rapper of all time. So when an MC challenges him, even if it's a guy who's super cultural and super creative and artistic, I want him to defend that shit. I want him to body that nigga. That's just the reality of it. However, he really only did it for, talking points. Okay, legacy's sake. There's no gain. He wasn't gonna have a win on a commercial side. He wasn't gonna really have a win other than, he's really that guy. Like, he's always defended himself. Type shit. Like, pretty much almost almost like water cooler. Now that's what he had to win. What he had to lose was pretty much maybe ultimately what might be happening. Now we're gonna be kind of analyzing this in totality, and there's a lot of things to analyze. What he had to lose was maybe Kendrick was gonna strike big, hit the lotto, so to speak. I'm saying hit the lotto, but maybe some guys say win the beef, and convince people that Drake, who I've told y'all in a previous stream, Drake has been like the guy who I think people have accepted to be number one. He's a cool guy who can hang with Future and he hangs with Yachty and 21 Savage. He's a pretty good, like, accepted guy as the number one numero uno, okay? He could rap with J. Cole, but he could make, like, swag songs with Yeet and Yachty, right? Did this battle ruin the perception of Drake in a lot of fans' eyes? And also ruin maybe a cultural equity for Drake that he probably spent a while to build up? That is the question that's probably going to lead into this, is it over for Drake? Because obviously that's a very facetious title, or a title that's a little bit clickbaitish, because could it really be over for a nigga who's literally the number one streamed artist of all time on Spotify? You guys don't know the stats. Drake is actually 1 billion streams away from being the first artist ever with 100 billion streams on Spotify of all time, okay? So to put it in perspective, Drake is not only the number one most streamed artist of all time, he's about to be the first one to hit 100 billion. Yes, even for Taylor Swift, Bad Bunny, The Weeknd, Justin Bieber, Ed Sheeran, Eminem, Ariana Grande, Travis Scott, yeah, all of those people, okay? He's the guy. By the way, as a lead artist, it's actually interesting. I didn't know Drake got so many features. As a lead artist, no, that's daily. Let me see. Did I sort my lead? Okay, here we go. As a lead artist, Taylor is actually the most streamed artist over Drake.
World out there. Good thing too.
We'll get into some stats. But if you go on this website, website's pretty good for Spotify streaming data. I think they have an API that hits Spotify, and it comes up with daily, weekly, monthly stream data. So if you ever care about chart stats like I usually do, this is one of the websites you can kind of quickly go to and kind of get some stats to validate a point or a theory. Anyway, okay, back to the point. Has this battle made people look at Drake and say, yo, I don't know about this nigga. And I'm wondering that because, and you know, I just posted it as I got on stream, the whole thing about his last 3 releases getting mass dislikes, right? Could be bot forums, right? Could be people just hate botting, or it could be people trolling. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, shit. You know, it's like the Soul Train thing, even though Soul Train was a horrible song by Namir. But once people realized that was a thing, everybody just joined in to just add more dislikes, right? Like, it was one of those things like, yo, let's just keep running it up. Maybe that's what it is. So that's just trolling. Or maybe this is signs that the culture is feeling differently from Drake. Now, what I will say about Kendrick Lamar, I think successfully used the cultural card and his cultural equity to draw for, if we're talking in Uno terms, Drake. He checkmated Drake. Culturally, he almost made it where people are thinking, is Drake even worthy of some of the things that we've all accepted and not even thought twice about?
Yeah, I hear that.
Nigga?
This is why you should have a response.
It, like, some of the things that we just haven't even thought about, right? So I will say that, and then I ask, is that enough to get, because this is more than the culture, is that enough to get people completely just hating on Drake? Because I think we all went into this believing, yo, no matter what happens, unless one guy completely ethers the other. And I would say, I don't know what you guys say, I don't think Drake ethered Kendrick, nor do I think Kendrick ethered Drake. However, I think coming out of this, I see a lot more hate for Drake than I've ever seen before. And I'm chalking up a bunch of it to be bots and, just people trolling. But I'm wondering if this is a trend more than a blip. Okay? Now, obviously, we just had a recent song getting dropped by him, which was the Sexy Red song. We'll kind of get into that. But I'm asking that question now, right? Do we think that Kendrick did what people would think is impossible, which is turn the culture against Drake, where now it's again cool to hate Drake, but maybe in a capacity we've never seen before? You guys,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
We're gonna get into a little bit more of the the minute details. Again, if you guys didn't see my tweet, I did send out a tweet like while the music was playing when we started, and I basically say, either niggas is hating on Drake or they're hate botting his releases. His last 2 releases has more dislikes than likes on YouTube. What am I talking about? The Hard Part 6 has 1 million dislikes and only 650 likes, 650,000 likes, which is a 61% dislike ratio. And then you look at his recent release with Sexy Red. He says, which is called You My Everything. This has a 80% dislike ratio, 18,000 likes and 74,000 dislikes. That's surprising to me. Now, I try to do something about it. I guess we're into the topic. So, Drill, you can just use it as the first clip if you want. We're into the topic already. I was like, what the fuck? I tried to do some qualitative digging, right? You My Everything, and let's go to it. Because I'm like, what the fuck? That just seems a little bit odd, right? So if we go to it and Sexy Red, let me see if we can pull it up. By the way, this is another thing too. This is how you know Drake shit is getting crazy. Again, we don't know if it's bots or it's real, but this is how you know it's getting heavily disliked. When you search a song, look, all right, let me actually just search it the right way. Sexy Red, You My Everything. It should pop up normally, right? Okay, then. But usually any string of words you're gonna type in, even if it's not artist then song, it's always gonna pop this up. However, when any, this is just YouTube algorithm shit. Anytime something's getting heavily disliked, YouTube starts to demote it in its recommendations, right? That's why everybody that does a video on YouTube says, yo, hey, hit the like button. Some of these guys will tell you to hit the like button before they even tell you what the fuck you came for, right? Yo, hey, you support the channel, hit the like button, right? Because it's all about trying to rank higher in the YouTube algorithms and support database, right? Like, for example, if you just type You Not Like Us, Kendrick Lamar, you're going to see, I'm just showing you. So I type the title first, then Kendrick. It pops up. This is a sponsor post, right? So this don't matter. It pops up with the first thing is Kendrick, right? Why? It's trending on the music page. Number 1, that helps it rank. Number 2, it's 99% likes, right? You kind of have to, if you like, You My Everything, let's put Sexy Red. This should pop up. Yeah, it doesn't even show the look, You My Everything Sexy Red shows a different video. It doesn't show the main upload, which is on Sexy Red's page. Why? Why would it show? Oh, and by the way, if you guys don't know what these pages are, like Vibes Only, and no disrespect to them, and I'm not trying to like snitch on everybody. Like, these are pages that are almost like paid pages that get to curate music that works with the labels, and they upload replicas of the actual release, but they'll do it with lyrics or they'll do it with like visualization, right? But they're not the official release. They're not the official upload. The official upload, let's see if we could go down and even see it. We're scrolling down, we can't even see it, right? Why? It's because it got too many dislikes, right? So you got to go to Sexy Red's page. You got to click there, then click here, and then you'll find it. Where is it at? You My Everything right here. Why? It's getting mad dislikes. Now, I actually don't have on the, I don't have on the, so if you guys don't know, there is a, dislikes is still on YouTube, right? So you'll see a up button, and make sure you can see this up button. It says 20K, and you'll see this down button. If you hit the down button, and I'm not a hater, but I'm gonna just hit it for just this purpose, you don't see a total. If you hit the button for like, and I'm gonna leave it at like, by the way. Yeah, you know, it's at 20K, so you're not gonna see it jump with one like. But here's the thing: they do tally the counter for likes and dislikes. Now, this tally actually rolls into something that YouTube keeps count of, but they don't show it. Why don't they show it? For visualization purpose, and also because people in the past have known to troll with dislikes when that counter was available and could be seen. It's like a Yelp page. If people see everybody puts a negative review and everybody's spamming it, you might have never been to the establishment, but since everybody's doing it, monkey see, monkey do, you do it as well. What this does by not showing the dislikes, even though they're counting it, by not showing the number, it doesn't encourage people who might not give a fuck about the song to just hit dislike to feel like they're a part of the hate train or the hate campaign, the FOMO type of shit in terms of hate. However, if there's a special type of plugin you could put in, actually maybe I should do it and show y'all. You put a special plugin on your browser and it actually shows the dislikes. Now, remember what I tweeted out, right? And this is a while ago. This is when it had 18,000 likes. It has 74,000 dislikes. So now I could imagine now it has 20,000 likes. It could probably have, I don't know, maybe 90,000 or 100,000 dislikes, which is kind of crazy, right? Here's the point what I'm trying to say. By the way, I'm not that thrilled with the song. I don't like the song that much. I don't think, you know, and let me be very clear about this. Sexy Red, this song to me is garbage. I think you're garbage on the song. I think Drake actually is good, and I don't know why Drake would pick this song to give a verse to. You can't, listen, you know, maybe Drake is not reading the room, but you can't decorate a pile of shit. You just can't do it right now. I know it's Drake featuring Drake. We all love that. But that song was garbage. If it was that other song that Sexy Red had before, which Drake is actually featured in the cameo, right? The one I was supposed to be in as a cameo too. The Get It Sexy. I like that song. I think that's a fire song. You know, Get It Sexy, Get It, like that's a fire song. Just like even just Sexy Red alone. If Drake featured on this, by the way, this is a cameo. If Drake featured on this, I think, you know, maybe you would have better reception regardless. You know, I guess I'm stuck in between saying the song ain't that good, but usually you don't see a 20% like ratio when you have two established artists, Sexy Red and Drake, who have a lot of love from the masses. That leads me to look into other shit. So then I looked at the Hard Part 6. Now, whatever you want to call this, you know, some people's opinion is that this is a bowing out attempt by Drake. They feel like Drake wove the white flag. I disagree. I think Drake was basically saying to Kendrick, whenever you're done lying, holla at me because I'm ready to get it in.
But Drake was lying too?
Obviously, you know, he mentioned about, yo, I'm about to go on vacation or whatever, and people said, nah, that nigga's done. Somebody says, oh, well, they started flipping his own lines against him. Well, right now, you don't sound as enthused. I get all that. Not even going to knock it because those are valid points. Cool. However, and by the way, we can't see the likes here. Again, I don't have the plugin. But even on the screenshot I showed, and this is from a while ago, right? When this has 650 likes, 650,000 likes, it had 1 million dislikes. So right now, it has 731,000. I could imagine it probably has 1.2 million dislikes. That to me is a little odd. By the way, the views still are going up. It's number 22 trending for music, 19 million in 2 weeks. That's pretty good for a song that is just put up with no video, just a screenshot of a Dave Free comment. So that's a little bit, I'm like, what's going on here, right? But that's not only it. The only video that's came out of this whole beef, Family Matters. The only video that's came out of this whole thing. Drake shot a whole video for it. He has 3 beat switches. You know what I mean? Like, he's going in. A lot of people, let's be honest, qualitatively have said Drake Family Matters is the best song in the whole beef, if we're going to be just honest. in terms of bars and being a bop, they've said this is the best song, right? Now, Not Like Us is performing, like a hit record. Let's clap it up for that. But when people are saying, what's the real best record that came out of all this? A lot of people are saying Family Matters.
No, it's not.
Okay, good.
But it's close.
We have 830,000 likes. And again, this is a old screenshot. Well, actually, it's not that old, right? It's 830 here. This has it at 828. But think about the like to dislike ratio. Now, most things on YouTube get above a 88% like ratio because people usually don't go to what they don't like. So if you're below 85 or 88%, it's telling YouTube that people severely have a ill or negative reaction to the content you put out. They don't like it. Now I'm looking at this, and it says 828,000 likes and 408. That's about a 50. Well, that's about 66%. So 66% of the engagement in terms of likes and dislikes are likes. That means 33% about are dislikes. That is out of the ordinary. Now it makes me think, again, is this just natural hate? Also, I won't also discount maybe remember I told you that I felt like Kendrick had more support and wasn't the underdog. I'm gonna tell you why, because I feel like only Drake fans are supporting Drake. There's been a whole group of people who kind of sway with the wind, but they've wanted to see the king get beheaded. They're the people who tune in to see Floyd Mayweather lose. Not that they hate Floyd, they just want to watch history get done. They want to see the shit happen, right? I told you there was a bunch of people that just wanted to see Drake lose, not necessarily that they wanted to see Kendrick win. They just wanted to see Drake catch the L. Maybe those are the people who are kind of like,
All right, y'all, listen, let me restart the stream.
Probably doing all this shit, right? Like, all right, this is like trolling at this point. People are saying, yo, look at the likes and dislikes. It's important that we just kind of hit the dislike here. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Maybe there's a bunch of people who just want to see Drake lose. But to me, this is out of the ordinary. Not only is it out of the ordinary, now we got to say,
I'll be back, chat.
Is this